Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. This is Treya Tarot. I am here with the collective reading for Monday, February 3rd, 2025. I'm using the Luna edition of the Ethereal Visions Tarot this morning. I've already shuffled, and I'm just going to cut the deck to get started. Okay. If you like these readings, please like, comment, and subscribe. Ring the notification bell if you want to see when I upload a new one. All right, let's see what we have for today. I'm here wearing my owl printed wearable blanket, so I'm super comfortable for today's reading. Let me see if I can get them to line up. Okay. Ooh, okay, so this week, I knew this week was going to provide a turning point. All right, so I'm going to read this as such. Okay, this week provides a particular kind of turning point for most who resonate with my readings recently, because I feel like this is all part of a similar process or a similar theme that has been happening for a while. The Seven of Wands, Valiance, there is this standing up against a battle or a persistent need for strength in the face of adversity that we are getting to the point of closure with. Okay, the interesting thing about the Seven of Wands here is I'm kind of going to read this in a bit of a circular way. Both represents for me the need for this strength in the face of this week, as well as the need to end this constant vigilance that this represents here. So essentially, we are seeing a pattern close this week that's particular, but it's, how do I say this? The way it feels is not quite as destructive as it might look. And this is why. Six of Swords is movement away from difficulty. It's movement away from struggle. Even in the card, you can see all the swords, all the worries, all the mental difficulty is on the side of the choppy water, but we're moving to the clear side. So with this six, you're moving away from that constant vigilance, that constant need to cover all sides, to constantly be aware of everyone else's moves. There's a relaxation implied in this destruction that I cannot express well enough in words to get it across, but I'm going to do the best I can to explain what I'm feeling. What's interesting about this Tower card is the eye at the top, and it's always been interesting to me because what I notice about this card is that, one, it's just a singular person, unlike in other decks where it's a couple. I appreciate that it's just a singular person and that they're wearing a mask, mostly because the Tower represents the end or destruction of things that are in the way of authenticity, that are in the way of what we actually want to be creating. So essentially, this Tower brings down the false mental prison. Okay, this week's Tower is very clearly about self-concept and ideas. So this brings down false beliefs about self that have been keeping us kind of trapped in a way we may not have been aware of, in a way that may seem like self-protection or what's the word I'm looking for? It may seem like we're standing up for ourselves, but essentially what we're actually doing is keeping ourselves trapped in our own ideas about what we are, what we deserve, things like that. So yeah, see, this is how I've had this feeling on my mind for a few days now. Oh, beautiful. Mostly because I can feel this. I can actually feel this happening like on a sensory level, as well as seeing it happen in the collective, in the conversations I'm having with others. So there's some interesting stuff going on. But this Three of Pentacles is about collaboration. The Sun is about truth, the Chariot, transcendence, and Temperance about balance. You have these three major arcana cards. This is a big shift. This is a big interpersonal shift that changes how we relate to the outside world and how we work with other people. So the way it feels to me on an intuitive level, it's that we finally find our door to peace by understanding that we have to work with other people. We have to let people in to be able to do these three things, to find the balance and reciprocity, to pull ourselves up and process through the duality, which is essentially the shadow and light. Okay, that's what the lions are. The sun is that big moment of truth and illumination and brightness and warmth. So it's pretty clear to me that many of us may hit a moment this week where our self-concept is challenged and then broken down by the very real support that we actually have in our environment with other people, which is kind of beautiful because on some level, the way in which we've started to engage in extreme forms of isolation, self-isolation in this society, has a lot to do with why we're so unhappy. At least in my opinion, that's how I see it. I see this, incredible focus on self-reliance as both good and bad, in that on one side, it allows us to be a little bit less concerned with other people's standards and beliefs. And on the other side, it keeps us from building community where we actually find the support we need. So this week is a big moment of reflection for that, and may also come with it the final, a final moment, like a, oh, finally kind of thing, where we actually start to let people show up for us, where we actually start to work together in a way that's not about difficult power dynamics. That's just literally about mutual support and truth and the way we build community to be more successful as opposed to less successful or hurt or broken. King of Swords, Six of Wands. Those sixes are real strong for me right now. The Hierophant. I actually want to pull a 4. I feel like I got to do three fours. And then the Magician. Yeah, we're creating something brand new here. And I think some of us can say, I'm getting shivers. We can see that in our society too on some level, because there is this very strong push to not ignore what's happening around us. And on the same level, there's also this desire, this new idea that victory is rooted in our interactions, in what we're creating together, the Hierophant contracts, divine contracts. There's a solidification happening this week. That solidification, whatever it is, will probably root one path for each of us who resonates with this anyway, forward, that may have seemed in the past like the path that wouldn't get us what we wanted. What's interesting about this is it's exactly the path that gets us what we want. So the Six of Wands, victory, there's victory in committing to the things that you know in your gut are the most functional way forward, that actually provide the foundation so that you can take that divine knowledge and make reality with it. But there's a new idea here. There's a very strong push in a new direction that is absolutely the right way to go. And it may be that it's because some sort of, I want to call them divine contracts, get initiated with other people. 3 of Pentacles. There's a collaboration here that is inescapable. And anyone who's trying to escape it through negative self-talk or this idea that you don't deserve it, or the mental prison we tend to keep ourselves in, to keep ourselves completely isolated from that which we are trying to build, that has to come down. Okay, Ace of Pentacles, money, new offers, new physical reality. 6 of Pentacles, unexpected help. And then the 10 of Cups. So there's an emotional fulfillment aspect to this that will only be able to be truly seen once this tower falls. Once the wall comes down, the new offer, the new physical reality, the unexpected help. Although this card always has a very strange connotation for me. And I think this is a processing point. Not so much the reality as a whole, but a processing point where we realize that we don't actually have to rely on those that seem to believe they're better than us to get the help we need. Okay, so there's this experience here of reorganizing the power dynamic, especially where money is concerned, resources are concerned, family is concerned, or emotional safety and emotional fulfillment. Two of Swords, making a choice. It's the third option, by the way. Whenever the Two of Swords comes up, it's the third option. It's not, we have not seen yet. This is my feeling. We have not seen yet how the third option will come about. We have not seen yet the steps in front of us that lead us down the path of collaboration and emotional safety with others and some mutual support with others. At the moment, the question seems to be between which way do I go? Yes or no? But that's not actually the question. The question is, can you drop the manipulations? Seven of Swords, manipulations, but they're manipulations for a purpose. The thing with the Seven of Swords is it's not necessarily deceit just for its own sake. It's manipulation, could be self-manipulation as well, in an effort to diffuse an argument, or diffuse a battle, or experience a escape. The beauty of this and this next to each other is that this is an assumption that that's one of the ways to go, that either you accept or you run. But the third option is actually what works. Third option is creating foundation. So that 10 of Pentacles, especially with the 10 of Cups involved here, and all of these major arcana cards, this transition over the next week or so is actually more about accepting your role in building mutual foundations, as opposed to trying to escape, to rely on the part of you that keeps you isolated. This is about mutuality, community, finding ways to engage with other people that represents your authenticity for real. Not just the part of you that wants to be, in control. So it's going to be a little uncomfortable, but really revelatory at the same time. So there's probably going to have some, really bright moments of, wow, I had no idea that this was possible, as well as moments where some fundamental self-belief has to come crashing down so that you can see that third path in front of you. All right, so I'm going to leave that there. I can feel this. This is tingling in my fingertips. I'm so excited for this to happen. For those of you that resonate with this, I hope that these readings are helpful. For whatever it is that you get out of these stories, I hope they're helpful. I know that tarot is a symbolic gesture, so take what you can or what's useful for you and leave what isn't. All right, I will see you on Wednesday. Have a good day. Bye.